The New York Times review of a new book about artificial intelligence. AI makes mistakes. Many mistakes were made in the book about AI making mistakes because it was written by AI. They said this really messes with people's perception of reality. A highlight last week was when the Chinese Communist Party changed the spelling of Rubio's name to allow him to enter China. That could be a mistake or dynamic thinking, maybe even an opening. Melissa Hirsch had a great article about graduation speeches. Notable advice includes perpetuating kindness, surrounding yourselves with people who give a damn, and never being afraid to try. Things are not accomplished with no effort, even if it's a mistake or changing the spelling of your name. Welcome. Welcome to Coffee Hour. I'm Stanley Smith. At Coffee Hour, we talk about everything and nothing. Recently, we talked about being an accidental advocate, being risk averse, and wondering where the Evel Knievel is of risk in our time. How do our skills translate, speaking at occasions, and feeding our brain? The readings at Washington National Cathedral were from the Book of Works. We have to prove ourselves alive to others through acts and works. And from Ephesians, we can't be the surpassing power of the Lord to ourselves. The gospel reading was from John. Only 11 disciples witnessed the ascension of the Lord because one recanted. The sermon at Washington National Cathedral was by Dana Casello. Dana preached that God is present in his absence. It's not a cosmological observation, it's a spiritual revelation. God speaks in the third person of the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is like the space between the tick and the tock of the clock, the pendulum swing. It takes time to make the journey. And the in between time is when we can sometimes find the answers we're looking for. We're looking for the what and where, and we miss the how of the Holy Spirit. Dana said a diversity of ideas is allowed to exist as long as it doesn't threaten the state and social convention. And it's on us to step in when it threatens God's convention of loving one another. Dana said that's what's going on now. Federal government is threatening the basic principle that all people are created equal. White Christian nationalists and white supremacists threaten to undo us. We're in a dangerous time between the pendulum swing. It's not for us to know the time and place, but we know this is wrong and we must take action. We can't predict the future of humanity, but we know President Trump is bad because God gave us the capacity to know so. The sermon at St. James Cathedral was by Lisa Hackney James. Lisa preached about having a good run. We're all having one. The trick is to see it and enjoy it before we reach the limits of our agency. When that happens, we should resort to prayer. It's the luxury of the end of things, having all the time in the world, the ultimate luxury of those who have gone before us, those not in this world praying for us on our behalf. But we're still in it and we're still having a good run. But then what? Then we encounter the spiritual truth of seeing it. In difficult times, we're not alone. We're only just beginning. There is a lot of hatred in the world about artificial intelligence. I'm trying not to hate it. When everyone hates something, I assume there must be something good in it. Often we're having a bad experience because we don't know what we're doing and we bring expectations of things we never expected. Don't make changes out of desolation, ignorance, or hatred, but out of a place of prayer. For almost 2,000 years, the Roman Catholic Church has done this. Then the Protestants came along and made it even better. We can look for the gift of all that is, or look for what is missing. An emerging thesis, Protestants are not very nice people. I never noticed it before, but there's a natural resistance and disdain from the Protestant perspective. I thought it was just being classy and sophisticated. Masking it with a vacant smile as we walk into the room of people we don't particularly like. All the better. But then you meet someone truly kind and loving, and you wonder, well, what's going on there? We assume they're stupid, but that's probably a false assumption. God hasn't changed. The evolving evolution of our understanding allows us to see what we believe in and become what we receive. It might all be a mistake. It might be right and it could be wrong, but what difference does it make? As long as we're feeling the love. If you would like to join us at Coffee Hour, I'll include my email in the description of this video. Be happy to send you an invitation. And I look forward to seeing you very, very soon.